So what's happening, people? It's me again, Courtney, with my MMA predictions. This time it's for UFC 163, Aldo versus the Korean Zombie, which will take place on Saturday the 3rd of August 2013 at the HSBC Arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. As usual, I went away from the top of the main card, from the main event down to the bottom. Anyway, the main event is Jose Aldo, the current UFC featherweight champion. He's got 5-7 record. He's got 5-7. He's 5'7". He's got 22-1 record. You know, he's one of the best. He's one of the best in the division. One of the best pound for pound fighters there is. People say top 3, but he's one of the best. You know, he's striking really good. You know, he's got them leg kicks from hell. Ask you right favor about them. They hurt. His jits is meant to be better than his stand up, if you can believe that. Very fast, you know. He's an all-round good, decent fighter. He's wrestling, not too sure, but he has been training with Gray Maynard. He did quick training with Gray Maynard for the Frankie Edgar fight. So his wrestling is okay as well. He'll try all sorts of different things as well. He's very fast, but what he tends to do is cardio. If you looked at his last fight against Edgar, he started to fade. Round 3, round 4 started to fade. But anyway, that's Jose Aldo. He's a badass, so don't get me wrong, he is bad. His last fight was a win against Frankie Edgar. That was by decision. He's on some crazy 15-fight win streak at the moment. He's only ever been finished once in his career. That was early in his career. And his last 5 fights, he's had 5 wins, 0 losses. And he's fighting Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. He was 5'9". He's got a 13-3 record. Chan Sung Jung, he's a just granite chin. Got good stand-up, very good stand-up, good boxing. If you look at his boxing, he's decent, you know, he's decent. He's very adaptable as well. He changes, whatever the way the fight goes, he will change. If you look at the fight against, Dustin Poirier, one minute he's boxing, you know, that's the way MMA is supposed to be, but he does it well. He would change in an instant and bam. When he fought against Leonard Garcia and pulled off the only twister I've ever seen in the UFC anyway. Because even in my head, when I seen the setup, and I seen the way he had his legs positioned, I thought he could go for a twist. I wonder if he's going to do it, and he did. Just changes instantly. You know, he's got really, as I said before, he's got really tough chin. He's got good cardio as well. Dustin Poirier finished him in round 4. You know, or was it round 5? I can't remember, but he finished him late, and that was a good fight as well. If you haven't seen that already, but yeah, he's got a decent cardio. So will he outlast Jose Aldo? If he gets that far into the fight, you know, we'll see. And he hasn't fought since May of 2012, I think. No, did he fight this year? Did I read that wrong? No, I don't think he's fought since last year. But anyway, in his last 5 fights, had 3 wins and 2 losses. A lot of people are writing off the Korean Zombie. I'm not writing him off because he can change things up in an instant. But I think Aldo would be too much for him. And I think Aldo would take the decision. I don't know if he's going to finish him. I'm not saying Aldo don't hit hard, but you know, I'm going to put Aldo by decision. Or the Korean Zombie. If he gets later into later rounds, I think the Korean Zombie is going to have more of a chance. But Aldo by decision. Next on the card is Lyoto Machida versus Phil Davis. Machida, the Dragon, drinks his own pee-pee. He's 6'1". He's got 19-3 record. Excellent striking, you know, he's got that unorthodox karate stance, you know, stand up straight and poke you with his fist from miles away, and his movement's really good as well. He's very fast as well for that kind of guy, big lanky guy. He hits well. His takedown defense is quite good as well. He's going to kneel against Phil Davis. He's a former UFC light heavyweight champion. His last fight was a win by decision against Dan Henderson. In his last 5 fights, he had 3 wins and 2 losses. He's fighting Phil Davis, Mr. Wonderful. He's got that crazy pink short thing going on. He's 6'2". He's got 11-1 record with 1 no contest. Phil Davis is an NCAA Division 1 All-American wrestler. Very good takedown, very strong. If you see the way he's built, man, he's built like some triangle business going on. But yeah, he's very big guy, very strong. Good takedowns, he's got good top control as well. And Machida's going to need that takedown defense, I tell you. His last 5 fights, he had 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 no contest. His last fight was a win by decision against Vinny Magalhaes. This fight, I'm gonna go with Phil Davis. I think that Machida's going to move around. His movement's going to pee off Phil Davis, but I think Phil Davis will eventually get the takedown and will stay on top for a while. And I think Machida does have that ability to get up quite quickly, but I think Phil Davis is going to grind out a decision. So I'm picking Phil Davis via decision. I think Phil Davis is going to stay on top once he gets him down and just do it that way. I'm picking Phil Davis via decision, but it's going to be, might be maybe a boring fight. But there you go. Next on the card is Cesar Ferrara. I can't pronounce his name, sorry if I mispronounced that. And he's fighting, who is he fighting? Thiago Santos. I've not seen either of these two guys fight, but Cesar Ferrara is a Ultimate Fighter Brazil winner from last year. He's 6'1", he's got a 5-2 record. He's relatively new to professional MMA anyway. His last fight was a win by decision against Sergio Moraes. That was in the finale, TUF finale. His last 5 fights, so 4 wins and 1 loss. I haven't seen him fight, and he's fighting Thiago Santos, who's brought in as a replacement for Clint Hester, who was also from Ultimate Fighter show. I think it was the last one, the one before. Thiago Santos is 8-1 record. It's his UFC debut. He hasn't fought since July 2012. His last win was a fight against a TKO win against somebody De Silva. I can't remember the first name. His last 5 fights, so 4 wins and 1 loss. I've not seen either of these guys fight, but I'm going with Cesar Ferrara, Mutante, and I'll go with him to win. Obviously, he's had more UFC experience. Next on the card is Thales Leites versus Tom Kong Watson. This is Thales Leites' return to the UFC. He's 6'1", he's got a 20-4 record. I didn't realise his record is quite good, you know. He's got a wicked jiu-jitsu game for MMA. His takedowns are quite good. His striking is not so great, but he's one of those guys like a blanket. Once he gets on top of you, he doesn't get off. His last fight was a win against Matt Horwich via submission. In his last 5 fights, he had 4 wins and 1 loss. The 1 loss came against Matt Horwich, who gave Leites his first submission loss ever. Which is kind of weird. Horwich is like this, like an evil genie guy. He just does stuff with crazy hair. And he's fighting Leites is fighting Tom Kong Watson, who's 6'1", he's got a 16-5 record. Watson has got a very good kickboxing game, very tough chin. He hits hard as well. You know, his clinch work is really good as well. He gets people against the cage and batters them. Not seen him wrestling. Yeah, he's doing his groundwork, his jiu-jitsu. I think he's a black belt. But he has been training a lot in, where has he been training? He's been training at Rain, Mark Munoz, Jay Ellenberger, so you know he may be able to spend enough takedowns and, you know, avoid submissions. Watson, his last fight was a win against Stanislav Nedkov. That was by TKO. I haven't watched that, but I heard it was really good the way he finished him. His last 5 fights had 4 wins and 1 loss. Obviously, being from the UK, I want Watson to win, but I just have this sneaky feeling that Thales Leites is going to sit on him and get him down. Once he gets on top of him, he's not going to let him go. Obviously, he's going to have a hard job of doing that, but I don't know. I'm a bit like I really want Watson to win, but I'm going to pick Thales Leites to win via submission. There you go. Even though I haven't seen him fight in a while, I just have this sneaky feeling he's going to do it. But anyway, there you go. Next fight on the card is John Lineker versus Jose Tome. I've heard a lot about John Lineker. He's 5'2". Depending on which side you go on, he's 5'2", ranging between 5'2" and 5'5". He's got a 21-6 record. I've heard a lot about this guy. Even before the UFC, I heard a lot about this guy, but I've never seen him fight. His last fight was a win via TKO against Gashimov. Somebody Gashimov, like his name's that. And his last 5 fights had 4 wins and 1 loss. I have heard those about him, I haven't seen him fight though. He's fighting Jose Tome, who's 5'5", who's got a 33 3-2 record. I've not seen this guy fight either. I think he was, I'm not sure if he was brought in as a replacement, but he's on some crazy fight streak as well. He's got like a 12 fight plus win streak. Not lost since 2008, and his last fight, and he fought in May this year as well. He fights quite regularly. His last 5 fights have 5 wins. But this is just a blind pick. I want to go with Lineker. Not sure how, but I'm going to pick Lineker to win. Yeah, but those are my picks. Let's just go for a quick run through those picks. Aldo, Davis, Ferreira, Leites, Lineker. On the undercard is Vinny Magalesh is fighting Anthony Perouche. That should be a good fight. I pick Magalesh to win that. Amanda Nunes versus Sheila Gaff. I'm picking Sheila Gaff to not make a mistake this time and run out. You know, do some crazy stuff. I'm picking her to win. Who else is fighting on the undercard? There's some other good undercard fighters as well. But anyway, don't forget to rate the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why. Tell me what to do. Follow me on Twitter with the same username, ChokeWho. Check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Courtney MMA. I train at leicestermma.co.uk, Leicester MMA Academy. Just come down. Holler my name 5 times like Candyman. Go down. See them. But anyway, yeah, check out my friends, lapelchoke.com for all your grappling related stuff. BJJ, Nogi. Also check out the Google Plus community, the MMA community, moderated by Yannick Morin, Ryan Smith, Chris Lorando. There's over 6,000 people on there on that community. It is going well. I mean, when I first joined up, it was only like 10 or 11 people, and it's grown really quickly. That was like 4 or 5 months ago, I think, and it's grown quick, really quick. So get on there. Check out pair16s.com. DeMarcus, go and check them out, and also check out facebook.com Top Control Podcast. Top Control Podcast with Josh Palmer. He's a certified IBJJF ref. He's a Cage Warriors commentator. He does all sorts of things. He's active in he's big in the game basically. But check out his podcast, it's really good. He's had Stuart Cooper on there. If you don't know about Stuart Cooper, you've probably seen his videos on YouTube and everywhere else. He's had the head coach of Leicester MMA on there, Nathan Leverton. He's had Frank Trigg. But he's always got really good guests on there. It's really good. But go and check him out as well. By the way, those are my picks, those are my predictions. And there's 4 UFCs this month. Where am I going to find the time? I will try and find the time. But anyway, peace.